The story begins by showing us that the zombie virus has completely erupted across the Korean peninsula. During this time, we see Captain Jung-suk, who is taking his sister's family to a ship to save them from the zombies. That ship is intended to take them out of Korea. Along the way, he encounters a man begging for help. That man is with his wife and 2 daughters. Jung-suk sees that the man has a lot of blood all over his body, so he thinks that perhaps the zombies have bitten him too. Thinking this, he leaves them there and moves on. Then the man's wife asks him to at least take her daughter with him, but Jung-suk moves forward, ignoring them. They reach the ship and it sets sail to leave Korea. Here we learn that the ship was supposed to head to Japan. However, Jung-suk discovers that the ship is heading to Hong Kong instead of Japan. Because of this, he goes to speak with the captain. As soon as he steps away, an infected man in the ship's cabin turns into a zombie. Upon seeing the zombie, the entire cabin is filled with fear. Jung-suk's brother-in-law, Chul-min, who was in the supply line at that time, also finds out about all of this. When Jung-suk receives the news, he goes straight to that cabin because his sister and her children are present there. He finds a zombie outside the cabin and Jung-suk shoots it. After that, as soon as he enters, he sees that all the people who were in that cabin are now infected. Among those infected people is also his nephew. His sister is sitting there, hugging her son. But those infected could turn into zombies at any moment. Thinking about this, Jung-suk tries to get his sister out of there, but she refuses to leave her son alone. Seeing this, all the infected turn into zombies and attack them. Jung-suk tries to kill them all, but then he sees that his infected nephew is biting the mother. Despite this, he could do nothing. At that moment, Chul-min hears the sound of a gunshot. He closes the cabin door and blocks it from the outside. All the zombies in the cabin begin to devour his sister, and Jung-suk sees it all before his eyes. After this, we learn that what happened was 4 years ago. There were some infected people on that ship, and that was the last ship that left for Hong Kong. From here, we are shown the time 4 years later. We see Jung-suk and Chul-min. Both are now living in Hong Kong. The local people of Hong Kong do not like them because they are refugees. One day, some gang members approach them and take them to their boss. Their boss offers them a job. He forms a team of 4 people and tells them to return to the Korean peninsula, which is still full of zombies. Their goal is to recover a food truck from the peninsula, which is filled with about $20 million. The condition is that, after completing the job, each member will be given $2.5 million. Additionally, to save them from the zombies, he also gives them some instructions. Zombies cannot see at night. At night, they follow sounds and attack people. Therefore, he says that this job can be done easily in the dark. They are given 2 satellite phones and are sent to the described location via the ship. When all the survivors complete their mission, they will be able to use the satellite phone on their way back. Everyone arrives at the place where the truck was parked. Then, Jung-suk goes to the truck and checks it. There, he discovers that the truck is not theirs. When Jung-suk returns from checking the truck, he hears someone's voice. He can see that a building has collapsed and is full of zombies. That building was made of glass, so all the zombies can be seen inside. No one can trust that glass. They don't know when it might break and let all the zombies out. Seeing this, Jung-suk quickly gets into the car and everyone sets off again toward their objective. In the distance, they see another truck, and this time, Jung-suk does not go alone. Chul-min and another companion go with him. Those people were not alone there. There was someone else watching them. When they all open the truck and look, they discover it is full of money. The mission to find the truck is completed here, and now it is time to get out of there. They see that the truck driver has also turned into a zombie and think that perhaps he is dead. But this thought will prove them wrong. As soon as Chul-min begins to enter the truck, the driver stands up and lunges, which presses the truck's horn, and the sound echoes throughout the area. Hearing this sound, all the zombies are alerted and begin to move toward them. And they weren't just any zombies, but the ultra-fast zombies of Korea. Jung-seok quickly kills the truck driver, and his companion starts the vehicle. Here Jung-seok begins to kill all the other zombies, but there are too many of them. Chul-min returns to the car and sits down. As soon as the car starts, Jung-seok also gets in. Despite how difficult it was, they managed to get the truck out of there. And now, it is time to use that satellite phone. But before they can use it, suddenly someone launches many flares in front of their car. This was a trap set so that the zombies would be attracted to them because of the light. And this is exactly what happened. All the fast zombies begin to move toward them, and, in a hurry, everyone starts driving their cars to flee. Then their car crashes and their truck also collides with it. Jung-seok falls directly out of the truck. He sees that his 3 companions are dead, But in reality, it wasn't like that. Chul-min quickly entered the trunk behind the truck, and the truck driver was still alive. But Yong-seok did not have enough time to check them, because the zombies had surrounded him on all sides. While fighting them, a moment comes when he gives up. That's when we see a car appear in front of him and help him. He sees that a girl sitting in that car is driving. Her younger sister is also sitting with her. They pull Yong-seok into the car, but zombies are everywhere. We see that, with great difficulty, June saves them with her car and gets out of there. June quietly parks her car under a bridge because there is a huge group of zombies in front of her. Now here, June's younger sister, using her skill, takes out her remote-controlled car, to which she has applied a lot of heavy technology. She begins to distract the zombies, and they manage to get out of there safely. Then they arrive at their house where their mother and grandfather live. Here it is discovered that these people are the same family that Yong-seok ignored 4 years ago, and the little girl who was with them was the same Eugene whom Yong-seok had refused to save, and today, she saved his life. On the other hand, an entire gang arrives at that truck. The gang's name is Unit 631, whose leader is Sergeant Huang. He sees that the driver of that truck is still alive, but instead of saving his life, he kills him. They are no less dangerous than the zombies, and it was the same gang that launched flares in front of Yong-seok's car, so that everyone would die at the hands of the zombies. They take the truck and leave, thinking it would be full of food. They arrive at their military compound where the gang is quite famous. On the other hand, Yong-seok sees that June's grandfather, the elderly Mr. Kim, is trying to talk to a military official. He is certain that Jane will get them out of here, but the bad news is that the military operation stopped 4 years ago. They knew that no one would come to get them. But when they discover that Yong-seok is from Hong Kong, everyone is very surprised because in the last 4 years, no one came to save them. But for money, people did come. June's mother begins to ask him what happened to his other companion. He says that they are all dead now. On the other hand, when the gang opens this food truck, they also find Chul-min inside. They catch him and take him with them for a game. After a while, when a member of that gang opens a bag from the truck, his eyes go wide. He goes straight to Captain Seo and tells him about that money. When Seo goes to the truck and checks, he finds many dollars and a satellite phone. As soon as he turns on the phone, he receives a call. When Seo answers, he learns that this truck is part of an operation where they will receive money for bringing it back, and they will be taken out of Korea. As soon as he hears this, he begins to prepare to take the truck to the ship himself, and he keeps it a secret. On the other hand, we see that Chul-min is kept with the rest of the survivors, and many people gather to watch them. This was a game show where zombies and humans had to face each other face to face, and everyone was very excited to see the show. Only a few people survived the first round, and Chul-min is included among them. On the other hand, with Jung-suk, they decide that they will definitely go to the military compound because they need a satellite phone, and with its help, everyone can leave the peninsula. They finally decide that they will leave at night so as not to have problems getting out of there. But Jung-suk could not digest this at all. 4 years ago, he had clearly refused to save this very same family. Therefore, he goes and tells the mother, Min-jung. She is not at all surprised to hear it. She says it's not that big of a deal. Meanwhile, Captain Seo and his companions were preparing to leave without being seen by anyone. At night, we see that with Jung-suk, all his companions get into the car and leave. But they don't go to the military compound. They stop the car elsewhere, and only Min-jung and Jung-suk go from there to check the truck. They find the truck, and when they search it, they also find the satellite phone. But, unfortunately, the mobile was broken. At that moment, Captain Seo's companion, Soldier Kim, also arrives there, holds them at gunpoint, and explains everything. He says that he and Captain Seo want to meet those people, and that the captain has found out about the whole operation through a satellite phone that is in his room. As soon as he hears this, Jung-suk realizes that Seo has Chul-min's phone. Meanwhile, Kim also explains that they had found a man from that truck who has now become part of that crazy game. Hearing this, Jung-suk runs straight toward him. As soon as he leaves, Captain Seo also arrives there. He had no interest in talking, so he immediately began shooting at them. Then, Min-jung reverses her car, picks up Jung-suk, and takes the satellite phone from his pocket. But something goes wrong here. Hearing the sound of the bullets, all the zombies begin to move toward them. Just in time, Jung-suk arrives at that game and saves Chul-min. Somehow they escape from all the gang members along with the zombie, but a zombie catches Jung-suk. Now, Chul-min has only 2 paths. He can save his life and flee from there, or he can save Jung-suk using that gun. And the good thing was that he prefers the second option. He kills the zombie with a gun and saves Jung-suk, but then the gang leader shoots Chul-min from behind. Seeing him dead, Jung-suk is very shocked. He didn't know what to do. His whole family was dead. Chul-min was the only one left, but now he too has died, and that sergeant was going to shoot him as well. Then Min-jung takes the truck and arrives there. She urges Jung-suk to get into the truck. Here we see that their truck was also surrounded by zombies on all sides. Because of the broken glass, they were trying to get in. When they see a light, it is none other than Jung-suk, who uses his car's light to make the zombies follow him. With great wisdom, he distracts all the zombies and tries to move forward. But there was an entire gang behind them, trying to stop them. Jung-suk stops some of the cars, but here we see that one of the drivers goes after him. This driver was as skilled as Jung-suk at driving, but Min-jung was smarter and uses her brain to get rid of him too. After many of the gang's cars are destroyed, the leader uses his next trick. Min-jung sees that he turns on the high beams of all the cars, so that the zombies block their path. Jung-suk skillfully clears the way. He shoots the light, and now their truck is safe from the zombie. All the cars behind are surrounded by the walking dead. When they arrive at the port, they see that the ship is ready for them. Now, they were very happy because everyone had been saved. Then, suddenly, a car crashes into Min-jung's truck. When she sees it, she is very shocked because her whole family was in that car. And there was no one else there but Captain Seo. He immediately holds June at gunpoint and tells everyone to lower their weapon. Here we see that Seo had gone completely insane and could have killed June at any moment. Then we see Eugene, the little girl, who uses her brain and distracts him with her remote-controlled car. June is freed, but Captain Seo was about to shoot her when a man appears from the front, who was from the same gang, and shoots him. Min-jung was about to pick up her gun to kill him, but before that, Seo shoots her in the leg and flees with the truck. He even had the ticket to leave, and once again, they were stuck on the peninsula. He takes the truck to the ship, and they check if there is cash or not. Here we see that, even after receiving the truck, the gang does not keep their promise and shoots Seo. But Seo was still alive. He puts the truck in reverse and drives at full speed so that the truck exits the ship, blocking the ramp. As soon as the door opened, all the zombies began to enter, and it was a massacre. Seo drowns in that crowd, and from afar, Yong Seok and the rest of the family were also watching. They reach the helicopter and see that there is no one else to help them except Major Jane, whose arrival the grandfather had mentioned. Yong Seok tells her to help the mother, but the soldier refuses because the situation was out of her control. Then Yong Seok takes out his gun and points it, saying he will not leave without the mother. But then he sees that his mother is going to commit suicide, and Yong Seok despairs. Jane says that your mother is doing the right thing and that this is better for her. The daughters embrace and cry. Yong Seok looked at them just as he saw his sister die. But he was one of those people who used to say they tried, but nothing happened. This time, however, he doesn't just watch, he decides to try. Seeing him, Min-jung also changes her decision, because she now saw the hope of living that previously didn't seem possible. She immediately begins to shoot back and, just in time to reach the helicopter, Yong Seok faces those zombies. Despite trying so hard, the mother finally survives. All four get in and sit in that helicopter safely, and finally manage to leave the peninsula for good. And this is where the story ends. See you soon in the next recap. Thanks for watching.